Hey yo! So, I haven't tried uploading a board game stream before. I'm curious to see how well this goes. Hang on, there we go. So, we'll see how, if this works, I might try doing it again soon with a couple of other games. So, the game I'm going to be attempting to play is 1862. It's by GMT Games and by one Mike Hutton. So I've played the solo game once before and I bombed really badly. My goal is going to be to try to get to the first level, to the £9,000 apprentice, but I doubt my chances, but I'm going to give it a try. So I'm not going to be doing a teach on how to play 1862. It is a very different game to most 18xx games in quite a few ways. So one thing you'll notice, this board is complicated. There's something on every single tile. Now, I also don't currently have a good organizer, so I'm going to be spending a little bit of time occasionally sorting through a box of things, but it shouldn't take me that much slower because of it. I'm going to try to get through the game, but I've got about 3.5 hours to do so. And I suspect that I should go quicker than the first time, but then maybe a couple of rule lookups. I've also only played this once, so I'm not 100% certain I'll get 100% of the rules right, but let's have a quick look at a couple of things. So, trains, these will be sitting over here on the board. This money over here is always going to be my money. The companies will be starting up here, along here, so we can have up to 6 companies through this whole game. Now, for the sake of suspense, I've left a couple of things undone. So now the other thing you'll notice, I've already set up mostly. So you can see up here, we've got the tableau of stocks, because in this game, since there's no other players, the stocks come from this kind of solitaire game thing going on. Okay, now I've just got one quick thing to do, and then we'll be off. I figure that despite being the first time, I should at least tweet about it. There we go. Now, again, don't be expecting miracles. Don't be expecting high level play. Expect that we're just going to hang out and play with some train games. Cool. Now, feel free to, if you see anything going wrong, feel free to bring it up in the chat, although I suspect, given the fact that there aren't a huge amount of, people who are going to be hanging around for a first-time board game streamer, if the chat's quiet, that's okay too. I just want to talk my way through it as I'm going anyway. Okay, so one more thing. Hopefully not completely bursting out. Okay, so first things first. Now in 62 we use the player order markers in order to simulate the train rush. This is about the worst possible case, and there's a good chance I'll be changing it as my mulligan, as according to the solo rules. Now I'll be checking the rules occasionally too. Okay, now first things first, we have to get rid of 4 companies. So, let's check. 4 companies, okay. N&D, so North and Eastern, Newmarket and Great, Lynn and Durham. Oh, damn it. L&D. I was really hoping L&D. So See, I'm only able to buy these shares on the very top row. So L&D being out is going to make me need to think a little more about what company I can actually, start, because I need to buy 3 shares in order for a company to start. Okay, so these 4 companies are out. So what we need to do, put those just sideways so they're out of the way. So we get some of these brown tiles. I've already got some selected. And we block off some parts of the board. L&D, N&D down there, L&D is there, ooh. And NGC. I think it's there. Okay, now just going to improve the light a little bit. Okay, so we start in stock round 1. I start the game with $600. 5. It should be 600. Not sure if that's the best place for the chips, but we'll see as we go. Okay, so part of the stock round is we can get rid of the companies that aren't existing anymore. So unfortunately, and this hurts. That's one thing. Okay. Side. Oh no, they go in the bank. I'm not sure why they go in the bank. They're not useful anymore, but anyway. So, I can't see any more accessible. Oh, so whistles there. So EUR would be the obvious. There's 2 shares up here, and there's 1 down here, and there's 1 down there. SVR. I'm curious to try a few things this time around. So I don't know whether I pushed trains too much last time I played. If we go, oh no, because there's a few FDR ones around as well. So where's FDR? FDR starts. Oh, forgot. I need to start. Put the order of. Okay. So these are the permits that each train company starts with. Okay, I now know what I'm mulliganing in. Because I want a combination of trains, not, something to make it worthwhile. I'm not quite sure how you shuffle little squares. Okay. Come on, this better not be the same as last time. Okay. Well, that will have to do. That was my mulligan. E and H, some shares there, so it was 1, 2. WNR, we'll get rid of that there. We've got FDR there, providing I can get rid of that. Wind in. Where's wind in on the board? All the way up there. It would be my preference not to necessarily get rid of the space straight away if I can avoid it. Ooh, NGC can go there. Okay, this part might be very much like solitaire. I'm kind of hoping that that can go there. Okay, we've got a few choices of companies we can start now. N&D. don't really want to get... Where's NGC? There. Cool. Oh, NGC's already been got rid of. Perfect. So that means that I can put that there. FDR is a choice as well. This means I can open up that. NGC goes out. Oh, that's better. Okay, as always, I don't know if my shuffling's been excellent, but it's hard to shuffle. So the way you set up this, you see this big pile of these, plus this, you shuffle them all and then lay them out in the tableau like that. Let's just start this. Sorry. Thought that I should actually start my timer. So regard these. There we go. Okay, where's FDR? Okay, so FDR would be, given it's near the given it's near this border here, I think would actually be a good place to start an express company. I'm quite happy with that. E&H is here, either an express or I could do well with a local there, and I could do well with an express because it's close to the Western Midlands. WNR, given I could have 4 shares in it, would be nice. It's up there, so in only a few turns, in 3 turns, I need to get to the express there. Okay, it's worth pointing out if you haven't seen them before. So the trains in this are a little unusual. So these are express permits, a local permit, 2 freight permits, and a local permit. You use different types of trains for different runs. So express, I'll actually go through it when I get to it. Well, let's start. So I mean, I'd like to get Euro started as well, but I don't think it's happening just yet. Okay, I'm going to start 2 companies, and neither are going to be in a great position to merge yet, but it means I can then start E&H here with local and then merge it with WNR, or if another company up there gets made available. I'm just seeing if there's no more tidy up I can do. I don't think there is. Okay, I'm going to buy these 4 shares of WNR. So, still not quite sure what a good strategy in this game is. So I'm going to go 74, which is 74 times 2. Let's start with that. So 296 would get me, okay, we'll do that. Okay. Now, technically I'm doing this in 4 moves, but it doesn't really make a difference. I'm going to buy these. First one is to float it. Next one is to get the others. So you'll notice as well at the moment, given that I don't think I'm going to get close to using the bank, there's a couple of different ways that this game can end. I haven't actually set apart $15,000 like what the bank is. So 4 shares at $74 is $296. So that, and I'll get some change. Now we need some tokens. This is the part that I would benefit from having these all organised, and hopefully next time they will be. There we go. Okay, so since the company started, we find its sheet. Now, I'm starting this as a chartered company because I haven't quite figured out yet the good reasons to start a non-chartered company in the solo game. So there we go. It's the first company. It gets the express permits. It's the first permit in the time. Its home base gets placed at the start of its turn. That's FDR. That's the wrong one. It's going to need to spend $180 out of its treasury in just a minute for its there we go. 74 starts there, and that goes there because it's been purchased at the IPO. Now, because I did it 7.4, it starts with $740. Now I'm probably going to need these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4. Okay. Now that's something. Next, we still have 280, 90. Got essentially $300 there. So I think I want to start FDR. It's down the other side of the map, but I also think it'd be a good express company. Given the amount of money I've got, I'm actually going to. I'm only going to start 2 companies this stock round. I don't know if it's a good idea or not, but that's what I'm going to do. So spend 300. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 80, 85, 100, 300. And we'll put in that. So we're grabbing the 3 of those. We're floating at $100, which means we need firstly FDR, which is hopefully sitting here on top, not planned at all. We need to get it $1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. And it needs its tokens. 3, 4, 5, 6. I was talking to the guy on Twitter today, and the only reasons I can think of that you'd want to start a non-chartered company is potentially for accessing income that's on the top of the tableau, or potentially, I don't think the fact it's got more tokens is actually, helpful in this one. Express starts at 100, 100. Okay, so that leaves us with not nearly enough money to start another company. We can just spend a second and tidy up some more bits of the tableau. There we go. Must be part of there, I hope. Okay, so I still need to take $180 out of both of these to pay for their tokens. That's part of it being a chartered company. As a non-chartered company, I would have a choice. Okay, let's actually start with the first operating round. Now, we're noting that these spaces here are out of the game entirely. So when companies are removed from the game, normally by stuff in the shares, their home bases have special effects. So often it blocks it out. If somebody's got tiles there, then it stops it being upgraded, or if they've got a token there, it can actually still be. I may have to double check those rules if it gets to that point. So let's go in order of the companies. So we can place we can place up to we can place up to 2 yellows or 1 end tile. So which unfortunately means that I'm not going to be able to place the link to Ipswich this turn, but I will be able to next turn. I've only got yellow turn tiles available right now. So I'm going to go through the steps as we do this anyway. Okay, FDR places its link there, which also means that it places its home base. We can't place the second one there. I just don't think it's worth me going up there because I'm not going to actually be ready to be able to place it even next turn. So I want to be able to have a connection, and the express trains ignore those dits. Sorry if the camera is a little bit out of focus. Again, first time I've done this. Should actually show you. This is how I've got my set up. I've got a microphone stand with a webcam and the board game sitting down there, and the laptop sitting next to me on a chair. Okay, next, place a social marker, done. Run trains, does not have trains yet. Hey, revenue as dividends, cannot do, which means that the stock price goes down to 90. And purchase trains. Now, as an express train, these are £100 each. It's only going to actually be able to run. I can run 2 express trains next turn, and they do all come with warranties, so let's do it. Okay, so FDR buys 2 express trains. You'll see in this game that the trains are 3-sided, so there's 1, then 2, and then 3. Trains can own types of trains that they don't have a permit for, but they can't run them. And there's a couple of weird things around how trains run in this that are very different to any other 18xx games I've tried. Okay, and redeem its shares in the bank pool. It's not going to because there aren't any in the bank pool for it. Done. West Norfolk Rail. Now, merge with another company, not happening. Layer upgrade track. West Norfolk Rail is up there, so I think it's good for this time around. I want it to head towards this white tile here, making this profit there. So, grab. One day I'll have a good organiser for these. Until that day, it's nice to try. Because I'm pretty sure lunch bags are not quite the right way. To know what's on the top, you'll see I've actually got this. I've got the little table sitting here next to me, so at least I know what's available. Okay, put that there. Which places its home token. So it's place token. Next, run trains to gain revenue. It doesn't have any, so stock price goes down. I know I'm using a combination of the tokens here. I could be better, but I don't want to waste the time finding the ones with stars for everything. Oh, pointing out as well. So both of those came with a warranty. Next, buy trains. And the next, oh, we can place 2 tiles. There we go. And then next time I'll place the one in King's Lynn. Okay, buy trains. My next turn when I come around, I'm going to be able to use 2 trains, so I'm not going to. So, WNR buys 2 trains, which are again both express trains. Put them there. And I get a warranty with each of those for free. I haven't bought any additional warranties because I can see the rate that they're coming out. Let's move down the stock price. Redeemed at shares. Not going to do. Acquire shares in another company. And we're back to the stock round. I've got no money. I could, technically speaking, float another company, but I'm not going to. And also, it was the end of the operating round, so one of these trains gets removed. Next time around, we'll be getting rid of 2s. Okay, so let's go in stock price order again. FDR, starting at 90. I know what I want to do. We are going to place an N tile. Which will be its only move. It's not going to be placing any additional tokens yet this turn. Okay, so the first next is run trains. So we've got 2 express trains. These aren't like freight trains, so one express train is going to go 1 to 2, and one is going to go 1 to 2. Now, so express trains and freight trains are the only trains that are allowed to actually go to these off-board locations. Local trains can't. The thing which is a bit unusual about this game, unlike most, is that each track can be used multiple times. Each city can be visited multiple times, but only one time it's being visited matters. And when you're actually, all of your trains need to intersect with a train that intersects with your home station. Further, they need to have at least one of their tokens on the route as well. This is the case with expresses though. As we get to freights, I'll show you those are a little bit different again. So my first train goes 20 to there, so that's 90, and then 20 to 40. So 90, 130. I realize I need one more token. Again, first time I have tried. Doing the wrong company. Let's ignore that for just a second, even though we know what's coming, because I've gone in the wrong order because I'm an idiot. Okay, we're starting with FDR. Oh no, that was right. FDR's down here. My bad. We're looking for one more FDR token. Sorry. There we go. I can go there. So 70, 90, 130, which means 130 times 4, or not 13 times 4 is 26.52, which means I get a nice healthy $52. If I took the correct tile, there we go. Push those back in a bit. Sorry, I just realised you can't actually see them. Okay, we've got money again, which means that since it paid 52, or since it paid 13, That's between 9 and 17. Seven, 13. Which means it stays in place. Now, at this point, this game has something special called the George Hudson maneuver, which I didn't get to use last time, so I'm going to try it and see how well it works. Which means that, let me just quickly check. So essentially, it means I can pay enough money out. Actually, you know what? I'll just let it stay in place. Next, WNR. Is it going to buy any more trains? These warranties are removed because those are removed because those trains are run. We've still only got a 2 train left, and I don't want another 2 train. I want the 3 train. So that's what we're doing. Okay, FDR. I've mucked this up again, haven't I? WNR. It should have been $3. Sorry, 50. So 13 was 52. 13 times 3 is 13. 26, 39. Okay, just clarifying what happened. I mucked up because I counted the wrong amount of shares. I was looking at the other company. Okay, now it's WNR. We place a Y tile. Firstly we count mergers. Not happening. Next we get a yellow Y tile. We are going to choose the one that goes straight through. So if we go to that one, then we can work on getting a trip to the Y. There's not just Y tiles. Okay, I'm getting a soft curve Y. See what's happening. There we go. So with that there. The reason I'm doing this is I want to go there via less things. Next turn, we'll be using it. This turn, we're not. Now, express trains, ignore small stations. So, think I'm not placing a token, so first 2 trains going there to there, so 20, 100. Next is going there, 130. Same deal. So I'll grab another token. There. Now, unfortunately, this one also is $1 short of going up and sits in place. That's okay. Next time round, they're going to both be going up. And 13 times 4 is, as we established before, 52. Yes, Rob, we should. So this is like only, as I mentioned earlier, like only my second solo play of it, and I haven't played it in person at all yet. I appreciate it so far, though. I like how operational it feels. It is one of those bits of railroad tycooniness that I like. Okay, so those warranties have now expired. 52. Yep. Cool. Let's get rid of a couple end of the operating round. Goes back to the top. We get rid of 2 trains. 1. 2. Can't believe how many of these 2s are still there. No, but this is the first B. Okay. Got our first B trains, which means I think after I purchase the first one, the first greens are going to be available, not just yet. Okay. FDR. I think I want to head in the direction of, actually, so let's say that was there. 2 ends. Okay, let's do it this way. Yeah, Rob, if you haven't tried the solo, it doesn't capture everything that I would get in an 18xx game, so you can't, dump companies on other people or anything. On the other hand, it's got some interesting things, and it actually has a train rush and other bits that actually help with that. I don't think the solo would work so well if it wasn't such an operational game. I can't imagine playing 1830 or Chesapeake or 89 like this. Okay, so start with FDR. So attempt merges, there aren't any I can do. Place tiles. We're going to place another in. Or do we go towards there? No, I don't want to merge yet. Ooh, or do I want to actually do a stock round? Well, and I could, no, I don't. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I'm going to see. Okay, we'll place that. There is my tile lay. There. Next. So that's my only one of those. This time I am placing a token. There. Next, we're going to run our trains. So, got an express. Should have bought a train in the last turn. Oh well. Should have, woulda, coulda. Okay. So 70. That makes it 90. 20, and then another is another 130. So it sits in place again, which isn't great. But we're going to spend £200. So, going to turn off microphone for a second.
Sorry. I've got another headache and it's getting bad. So I'm going to put some tiger balm on my jaw.
Okay, there we go. Part of living in a house with other people who we love. Okay, so that was FDR. It paid out 13, so it stays in place again between 13 times 3 is 39. Put it that way. On the other hand, it gets to buy one of these 3s. So, there we go. Express train. Now, I'm limited to, slightly annoying, I'm limited to 3 trains of each type. So, I pay for I pay for that? 360. 360 plus. 360 plus 180.
I think it is similar to DP.
Sorry, I'm just double checking my maths because I can't remember whether or not I paid for that train. So it started at 1,000. No. Damn it. Wrong train. There you go. I'm certain I've marked something up. Give me 2 seconds. So West Norfolk had $740. Then it spent 200 and it spent 180, which means it should have 360 left. That's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1,000 minus 200 minus 180. 620 left. Okay, I need to pay for the 3 train. I'm cool with that. Cool. Done. My bad. Let's place the train. It settles in place. Now for West Norfolk Rail. It can place one, please. So it does. Or that will. Oh no, we'll do the upgrade in that way. I can do both. Okay, so I'm upgrading WNR so I can buy my extra train the next time around. I can head towards Norwich. Okay, here we go. Look, I promised that it wasn't going to be high level play. For next time, I'll take this opportunity as well to buy that 3 train, even though we're going to be in a financially questionable position soon enough, but we can always withhold. Because one thing I've noticed already in these games, in this particular one, is we're not playing 1830. It's not withhold if you're immediately going to get. Sorry, I skipped part of the turn. 80, 110, 140, which means it goes up a space, and 14 times 4 is 28, is 56. How nice is that? 56. And an actual possibility of buying something soon. Okay, now I already moved that. And it went on up to 14. Nice. Okay, which it's not going to merge. Just the stock round, end of the operating round, so we get rid of 3 trains. 1, 2, 3. Okay, how much have we got? 100, 160, 70, 80. Let's get rid of that. 80. I've got 190 bucks. Let's think. E and H. Still, it's in a good merge position. And I think it's in a good position for locals because we've got that and that there. So I think we do that. We've got 3 shares available over here. I'm not still sure whether or not I ever actually want to, sell shares in this game. I didn't do well last time, so maybe I should have. Okay. NH, we've got $290 divided by 3, 96. So, oh no, 190. 63. Might be cheap, but anyway. 62, so we'll spend that. 62. Oops. To buy E&H. Now, I'll put these here because I've still got to spend some more money on them. It's just one of these things. It's not strictly the way you do it, but at least I can quickly organise it. Can you see that if I put it? Yeah. Yep. In the way. Okay, we'll be buying those soon. 62. Okay, we've got 2 more to buy, so which is at 124, 124 with $1 change. And it gets the local permit. Now with that, any more tidying up I can do? I wouldn't mind that extra E&H shit. It's coming next. I don't know if I'm supposed to know that it's coming next or not. Okay. Sorry, I haven't done one of these before, and I don't know whether talking continuously is helpful or whether I should be just shutting up occasionally. 62, so $620 for it to start. 600, 500, 620. Okay, of which it immediately spends 180 on its 2, 3, yeah. It's done. On its tokens. 180, 1, 2, 3. Okay. I will be back in just a second. Sorry, still haven't done as much streaming as I should have. Thought this mic was on. Okay. Close to that. Operation round. Okay, finally up to the point that we can do 2 of these. We're going to need this over here for one of these. Okay, start with FDR. Might have got 3 shares of, not 4 shares of. I want to get one of these to actually go to London. So that's going to, but it's a place token instead of a track, so that's going to have to be my next turn. But we can prepare for it. Okay, there's one there. And also, because I think it's going to be helpful later, we get to place up to 2 yellow tracks. I also am going to start my tiles towards merge land. Well, but if I do that one, then it's going to be easier to connect other things to it. So we'll do that. Okay. Next, place the station marker. I'm not going to place any this time because I need that last token station marker it's got for there. Next, I run my trains to gain revenue. So I'm going to use that 2, 3 as the main one, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3. One of those 2s is going to go 1, 2, and one of those, and the other 2 is going to go 1, 2. So, and then they all intersect around there. 1, 2, 3. That one intersects there, and that one intersects there. Yeah. So, reminder: express trains need to intersect with the other parts of the express trains to go to the home station, and one must go through the home station. This is still in B, even though it's slightly confusing. 70, 90, 130, 170, 190, which finally means it gets to actually start going up a bit. $190 for FDR. 19 times 3 is $36. $36. Oh, these need to get shuffled as well. One, 2, 3. Sort of interesting. Next, we do WNR. Oh, it's going to buy any trains. No, it doesn't want to buy any more B trains. It will buy the next. It will buy a C1 if it can. So the WNR is up there. It's going to place its. There we go. One of the towns there. WNR also has a 2/3, so I am going to place a token here. And okay, next it runs trains to gain revenue. It's got 2, 2, and 2/3, so the 2/3 is going to go 1, 2. Can make it anyway. So we've got 30. So we've got a 2 running there. Got a 2 running there. We've got the 2/3 connecting them. So essentially we connect it there, 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 and there. So 40, 70, 100, 180. mind if I do. So 180 means it goes up. Goes up twice. I've mucked one of these up slightly, haven't I? Give me 2 seconds. Okay, I know I made an early game mistake. That should have those shares should have gone up by 1 earlier. If they'd done that last time was 3rd, they should. If it had gone up by 1, which is where it is now. Look, won't do it again. My bad. It's only me who it's hurting. I don't think I can backtrack it easily. Okay, 180, 160. It's 18, 360. So I paid $72. $2 because $18 per share. Cool. NH down at 62. Now, it's a local train, which means, now, local trains stop at each of these little towns. They also get an additional $10 per hex, but directly to the company's treasury, which is nice. So the NH's home token goes there. It's a Y tile. White tiles don't have the same limits as 10 tiles, which is nice. So we can straight through Y. There we go. So I'm going straight through Y there. It has its merge target. So place tile, place tile. Actually got a possibility of something to merge with next time. I even could this time. It's a little tempting. ENH now so it's placed its token. Now from memory, the first company token needs to be when a company starts its first round. Sorry, give me a sec. Does not prevent it placing a second token. Okay, so let's do it. It's going to place one there. Well, actually, let's do, since we've got, let's do it there instead. Again, this kind of backtracking may not be permissible when you're playing with other people. But again, who's experiencing my ruining other than my own? Yeah, we'll do that, and then the next time we can place those, and we've got somewhere to run our local train. So we buy, buy 2 more, 1, Ooh, 280. 200. Don't actually have enough money to buy 2 trains. I wanted to. Okay, it'll run that there. And it didn't run, so it goes down this space, but it will go up next time and pays its 200 to the bank. Okie doke. Next, there we go. So the side that they're on actually matters because that's how you see what kind of train it is. I just realised you probably can't actually see that very well. Go a little bit that way. Okay. Next we get rid of 3 trains. 1, 2, 3, which means we've got the first, means the A trains go away. Straight away, no soft rusting like in 1842. Okay. But at least our off-board things are earning a bit more revenue now, so hopefully we can start another company soon to be able to merge and make this not hurt so much. Start with FDR. FDR has its 2/3. 1, 2, 3. And because it's gotten rid of that train already, it can't actually go into London, but that's where we're placing it for soon. Next, we've got to place it. Yep, that's track placement. Next is going to buy a train for 380. It will be able to next time at least. Oh, that will be the last afterwards. And 2/3 means so we're going. Needs to go to the home station, which is the problem. So that's what I can't do there. 1, 2, 3. Now let me just check with the express trains whether one of the stops it needs to actually stop at is the home station. So if it's one of the slight fast, the 2/3s, whether it may. Double check verification later. Let's just quickly check one more thing. The run trains. Okay, clarification, rules under 7.8.3, I don't have to stop the home base, I just need to pass through it. So that I can do. Reason I want to is, actually it doesn't make a difference, does it? No, it does, because I don't want to stop at 20. So 100, 140, which means unfortunately it only goes up by 1. 14 times 3 is 14, 28, 42. Why do I doubt my mental arithmetic? I pushed that up already. For the sake of being able to read what's happening, swap that across. Swap that across too. There we go. I like having money. Also in real life. Next we've got WNR. So WNR currently has a 2/3 and nothing else. I really need to merge one of these. The end of E and H, I might merge the two. Yeah. So WNR goes, bought that track. Might as well work my way towards Norwich. Norwich, I presume is how you pronounce it. Even though it means I'll need to upgrade to then connect in, but I'll be connecting with that. Can't place any more yellows anyway, legally. Should be there. Next, it runs its 2/3 to go. It's the same value either way. 90, 120, 150, which is only going up by 1. 150. Oh, that was 10, wasn't it? 14. Which means so 115 times 4, 15, 30, I get $60. Which neatly turns that back into a new 100. And doesn't buy any new trains because it doesn't have the money to at the moment. Or wait till once it's merged it will. Finally, we run E&H, who can actually make some money this time. So E&H has 1, 2/3 local. Now, with local trains, it's the amount of major stations it stops at. So can go. This particular guy. Oh, it needs to place tiles first. Go up there. Now I'll double check. I think locals need to actually start and end at an actual station though. Sorry, just got to use the rule clarification. Yeah. All intervening small stations. Okay, again, it's got 2/3, but so I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop there. And I'm not going to stop at the locals on the way. When I connect to Norwich next turn, I'll be able to go to and be able to stop at a bunch more, hopefully. Oh, it'll get more money to do it anyway this turn. So 1, 2, so that's 70, but it also gets which is more than its stock price. No, it's not double, so it goes up by 1. These are helpful little number guides. 7 times, I get $21. It's not a huge amount of money, but anyway, it's better than nothing. Sorry, I keep realizing that you can't actually see my companies over here. There we go. Make it a little clearer. And the company, because it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, the company gets $40. Which is enough for it to buy a second train. Which it does. Next, it's the end of the operating round. So we discard 2 more trains. 1, 2. First tee, we're now able to go to the Browns. Even though I've only laid a single green tile thus far. And at the end of E and H, I am going to merge it with Felix, Stowe, Dock, and Railway. Okay, merging is one of the slightly more complicated bits, so I'm hoping I'm just going to go step by step through it. Firstly, any remaining token, the surviving company is going to be Felix, Stowe, Dock, and Railway. That should be a local train. There's the merging rules. There's helpful step-by-steps. 1. Choose the companies involved. I've done so. E&H and FDR. These 2 companies are going to become 1. Next, move certificates from IPO to the bank pool. In this case, that means any that are here, but there aren't any that are actually in the IPO at the top now. Determine new share price. So to determine the share price, we get half the price of the higher company plus the price of the lower company. So 62 plus half of 122. 122 is 61. 62 plus 61 is 123, which means that the new stock price conveniently stays exactly where it is. We'll remove this because it's not needed anymore. Next, we redeem, relinquish, and return, redeem, and relinquish half shares. So what that's essentially going to mean is that my so firstly we get rid of FDR. Look, the essence. Do we want to actually step through this? Because the essence is I'm going to end up with 3 FDR shares because but I need to pay. Isn't it? Player returns half his shareholding in the affected companies rounded down in the bank pool. Rounded down, so those get returned. Next, if it starts with an odd number, then it becomes an option share. Next, if I have any shares in the non-surviving company, I now swap them 1 to 1. I think technically speaking, I'm going to have to spend half a share to keep my holding. If we still have, it still says, still has any shares, including an option share, that cannot be redeemed, must be sold to the bank for the current share price, which is 122. 22. Next, we should if there's an option share, can be redeemed at half the current share price, which there is, which is this one here. So we spend 120. No, we don't. So it ends up at the same price anyway. It should have been not 122. It should have been 61. Of me take it from the library and bring it back, which essentially means that I've got 3 shares. Next, we determine the company director, which is me. So it's a solo one. And where's the next? The merge rules are unfortunately in 2 separate parts of the rulebook. Transfer funds and possessions. So possessions are these trains here. There's 1 remaining token, so that becomes an FDR token. No, I'm actually just going to need to go for a little bit of a fish. Give me a second. So that becomes 1 more of those. And the E and H tokens here also become FDR tokens. 1, 2. Okay. FDR also acquires the local train permit, and this company is now removed. If any more E&H shares come up, they can. They don't. Actually, I think they can be repurchased. Okay. Now we've got $220, $230. I wouldn't mind starting a freight company. What have we got available? So now it's the stock round. Sorry, this is probably a bit. Look, I promise this wasn't high level play, and I understand that a lot of this is kind of awkward, and I probably could be going quicker, but look, we're saying what we can do. SVR is still available. Look, in 2 turns it can be making a trip to London for quite a bit of money. It could be getting to, so there's SVR right there. And there wouldn't be anything to stop me merging it again. It's SVR or N&D. N&E start down there because it's been removed. It should have been removed already. ESR. So if there's 30 ESR share around. No. Is there another Euro share around? EUR starts there. There's a lot of track for it to use already. I'd have to dump SVR though, which would lock down. It's worse spaces, but I prefer not to. Wind in up there. HL. I want to be able to upgrade that. So I was thinking whether I've removed that, which would mean that I couldn't upgrade there though. think SVR is the company. Okay, let's do it. 200. Or if we hold off. It's the thing, if we hold off, then I might be able to do it with more money. Is there another SVR share around? Could buy another one of those since it's going to be worth so much, and there's another share sitting right there. And then if I dumped euro, and there's more shares down here that I could potentially get out. At least if I do a couple of things. You know what? Let's sacrifice one. So YNN. The other way I could have done this, I think, is by purchasing the share. So we're going to put that out, which means YNN up here won't get opened. Okay, that's now blocked, but I can purchase FDR here for the IPO price, I think. Chartered shares which have not been part of a merger are bought from the tableau cost par price, and all others cost the current share price. So that one I'm paying 122 for. But it's making money, so I'm okay with this. Don't quite have enough money to buy another share in it. And I could refinance or something of the sort. I don't like having cash. I'd rather have shares. Now, the other thing we could do is, now this is empty, we can refill it, but it's going to cost me another space, and I don't know what space that is yet. It's going to be random. No, I'm going to do this. We'll just live with it. You're looking for the cat?
I don't know where the cat is, and that door is closed. So if you hasn't been able to use them.
Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. I went to panic to check about a cat. I'm nervous about this extra. I don't like having the extra money there though. But I'm going to live with it this time. We're only getting rid of one train at the end of this OR. And there's always, I guess, refinancing. Now we've got got at least till the end of this hour before stuff starts rusting. Okay, we'll go there. Let's do this. And then next OR I might refill that and get rid of a potential space that I need. Or buy SVR. Okay, FDR starts. FDR wants its connection to Norwich. Everyone wants a connection to Norwich, so why not create it? End tile though, and there's tight end. There we go. we've got 2 local trains. Okay, does it need a token there? Not at the moment, even though it's still got 1 left. This is going to be the slightly more complicated one. We've got 2 express trains and 2 local trains. How are we going to run them? So, given that we're currently on the D's, we do definitely want to go to London and preferably Denmark as well. So, we have one of the express trains goes let's think about this. Okay, we need our main train. So our main train is going to go 1, 2, 3. Reason of this, and that's going to be the 2/3. The reason for this is that everything needs to connect with that main train at least once. So 1, 2, 3. Next, we've got the express train. 1, 2, 3. Check how the local trains need to intersect. Trains must all meet. Yeah. May not be able to make it into both Denmark. We go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. I can't actually. If only my home station was different. It's worthwhile to go there though, so. Next time, hopefully. 1, 2. Comments, no. Oh, I just plain can't get to London yet. So it's worth it. Okay. So one train goes 1, 2, 3. That's an express train. It's my main. That's my main one. My local train then can go. So that's only hit those 2 locations. I then have a main. My next express train goes there and there. So I've hit there, there, and there. Next, my next local train can go 2/3, so it's going 1, 2, 3 to hit there and there. And then my other one can go 3 to 1, 2, 3. That's where I think I'm doing. Okay. So I've got something I can use to mark with. No. 100. So it's the 2/3. Oh no, damn, let's go back there. I can still hit, yep. 100, 100, 140. No. 20, 50. Okay, it's 1. Next. So that's 50, 150, 190, and that's its 3. Next, my local goes 220, 240, 260, 300. And my other local can go to slash go. If I place a token there, oh no, I don't need to. I can go 20. I need to keep track of these. It's gone now anyway. FDR. So 20. $50. Next. 1, 2, 3. So this is the more complicated part of this particular game, is that running the trains is just a bit more intense. $20, $50. Next, 1, 2, 3. So 20, 50, 150, 190. That's my express trains dealt with. Plus $30, $70, $90, $110. Brings it to $300. That's the second express train dealt with. 20. That's 1, 2. Goes 20. 60. 360 total. Next, it's that express trains went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the company gets an additional $80. There we go. Might be helpful later. Next, so that's that. Next, I need to pay myself 360 for 4 shares, 36, 72, $144. Next, because it paid 360, it double jumps. 1 away from triple jumping, which is sad. Okay. And it's got 220. Ooh. No, we're limited to 2 of each type. Otherwise, I was thinking whether or not I could buy this off WNR. But WNR runs. Let's check which point it can refinance. Problem is that in this particular one, I believe if I own less than 2 shares. So just checking how many shares I need to own for it to. No, you know what, I need to. We're going to have enough money to start another company anyway. WNR goes. Oh, actually, 3 operating rounds. It's up there. Can upgrade that in. Will not matter because last time it didn't. That'll be helpful at some point. getting there. Don't know whether it's wise to do that instead of, you know, extending my reach, but anyway. So it does that. Next, places tokens. I'm going to place one here. Next, run the express train. So I've got a 2/3. Given I'm D, so it's still worth more to go there. 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3 doesn't really matter. 90, 120, which means that it only goes up by 1. Did I get rid of a train since last time? Must have. Okay, 120. And, oh no, it was there, wasn't it? This time, it's going to withhold and take that 120 to itself. Still not. No, not. No. Okay. There's more FDR. There's more WNR shares out there. If I refinance the company, then it's going to have enough money to deal with trains for a bit, which means I still want 120. Put those back then. I don't know if I can muck up maths. Oh well, it's not the end of the world. It'll be better next time. Let me check when I can refinance. Finally, time I refinance. So I'm just checking whether or not I can refinance when it's not just the end. Can I do it in mode opportunity? Seems I can only do it if it doesn't have a company, doesn't have any trains. I'm almost tempted to sell those shares I've got in WNR, or at least a couple of them. So from memory, if it has in the solo rules, if it's got less than 2 shares, then it doesn't run. Less than 2 shares. So I can sell 2 shares and it not go in receivership. And it still kind of runs even if it is in receivership. But I'll have to double check how the rule works if it happens. Okay, so it pays out 12, 24, 2/3. Is that seriously the best I can do? $120 that way, and it's $120 that way. Okay. Just call it merge bait. It goes up. Okay, and we get rid of a train. Shuffle. Okay. Oh, I just triggered the end game as well because it was the first D. So means the LNER is going to start. So we've got one more full set of 3 after this set of 3, and then there's one special set of 3, and then it will be the game over. As I sit here wondering what I've been doing, because I realise it's going through quicker than I remember. Okay. FDR needs to, given everything's coming through there, I'm sure I want to upgrade that. If I upgrade, maybe I should upgrade. So that increases my revenue by 20, but if I upgrade the, will also increase selling by 20, no, by 10. No, so. Oh, but it means SVR will be able to do it. We want to do that next time. Let's put it there, just like that. Okay. So I should try to get to $360 this time. I don't actually have I don't have the train spaces to do it if that rusts. But if I do so, then I'll have the money left over for the following time. Okay, so that upgraded there. It's not placing any tokens. It runs no trains. Go. Given it's close enough, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. See if this is better. So, using my express train to go 60, 90. And the other one is going to go 90, 110, 210. So that's our first bid. 30. 1, 2. Damn it, it has to do that, doesn't it? 50. And then 50. Then 150 to 210. Okay. Next, my local train can go 2/3. So 1, 2, no, 1, 2, 3. So that's 70. 280. And then 1, 2, 3, 30, 90. I forgot that as well. 90, 130, Seems ridiculous. I'm going to double check that maths in just a second. Okay. Look at Express. Funds everything's the main one. 20, 50. Next. 150. 150. 210. Next. 140. 160. Next, 1, 2. 260, 290, 350, 370. Yeah, I keep getting his maths wrong. This is the hard part of this game. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 50, 150, 160, 190, 210. Okay, 50, 150, 150. One hundred and ninety, 210, 240, 300, 340. If I got it wrong, I got it wrong. I'm counting it. 340 means a double jump because I am paying it. Actually, no, I'm not. Alright. So, because it's getting nice and high paying up there. 34 times 4 is 30, so 68 times 2, $136. 100. 36. Love when I get the maths right at once. 100 and 36. 100. 2, 3, 4, 5. My next stock round's going to be interesting. I've got money. Next, I want to. It doesn't buy any trains. Got WNR. So again, still not in position. It's about to lose its train and have to refinance. I'm going to upgrade that space there because I think it's going to be helpful soon. Ooh. Could upgrade there so I can take it to the west. To go. Okie doke. Doesn't have any tokens to play. 2/3 with an express train. Means the best I can do it. 1, 2, 3. So 90, 150. 15 times 4 remains 60. Possibly should have refinanced. I don't know. I'm still figuring out the strategy of this game. I paid 15, so it goes up one space. Thinking I might do some funny stuff to merge some more money into it and be leaning that way rather than extra track lays. Because if I actually buy the non-chartered company, then I can do that. And that'll be interesting. Cool. Okay. 2, get rid of 2. That's the first B train. Which means that that train and that train go away. And that train goes away. Hence why I'm having to do it. Yep. This is a thing, certainly a thing. Okay. Last of these. We've got FDR sitting here at 182. So $220. A train one is going to be simpler this time than last, unfortunately. I think we're going to merge more cash into it. Okay. FDR. Oh, we can. They all go through this, so it's going to at least make it nice and money. There we go. That's something. It's not going to place any more tokens, not yet. Express train is a 3 and 3. So the express is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Since we're in the E's, 130, 150, 210. And my local can do 3, so which will go 1, 2, 3, 210, 230, 260, 290. Trains didn't hurt as much as I thought it would. 29 times 4 is 56, 112. Sorry. And since we're up, let's do a couple of exchanges. Get rid of those. Got one of those. Actually, that was one too many. Get rid of. No, not quite. So we've got 500s sitting here. Okay. Cash update. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $685. Currently my personal cash. Again, thank you for your patience. If you're still watching, this is new for me. I'm gonna try again, though, and again, hopefully I'll be closer again to the rules next time. Okay. So that went 290. Board game. So FDR went up a space. could merge him with WNR at the end of its turn. After bringing it down, I'd have a nice. Problem is I'm merging back with the Express. Okay. WNR gets to refinance. It's going to upgrade. I can't quite reach there, so I'm just doing it at the moment. It's for future things that it's future benefits. So it upgrades down there. So I think it's best to do it. So it's there. That bit of tile. There we go. Next, it must buy a train. So it's going to do it. I mean, we could merge it so it didn't have to, but I'm actually going to let it refinance. So, refinancing. When companies merge or refinance, ignore unless it's at the top of the tableau, which they're not. Now, because it's a refinance as well, we must pull a company at random out of the game. Let's wait to do it. So, haven't refinanced a company before, so let's do this step by step, as always, because it's the best way. One. Refinancing implies that the company is issuing additional shares to the market to raise revenue. Company shares are partly reclaimed from the bank pool. Shares are exchanged 2 to 1. The company receives 10 times its current par price into its treasury. So in the case of FDR, that is $100. Well, not the FDR. WNR, that should be gone. So it's going to get an extra $740 into its treasury. But I'm going to lose 2 shares in the process. So, goodbye. $740, which at least means it's going to have a. Now, I assume the stock price gets halved as well. Oh no, it doesn't, because there's now each share is worth the same, but the company, yeah, I've got less shares. Rightio. Next, its price. Oh, its price went down because it hadn't because it didn't run a train. 800, 900. So it spends 500 on buying a 4-5 express train. Okay, which means it's the end of its turn. Still don't want to merge the 2 together. I'm tempted, but no. Here goes the stock round. Which means end of operating round, so we get rid of 3 more trades. Ouch, 2, 3. So that's going to hurt me. Type C trains become obsolete. Means I might have to refinance if I don't merge something in this turn. Okay, we've got $600. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's enough to start 2 companies that are chartered or one Uncharted. I still don't know the real benefit of Uncharted, so I'm not going to this time round. Might think about it next time. Oh, we need to remove a company from random out of the game, which will be E&H. I think. So it doesn't remove any further shares, but it locks down the E&H's home place is here. There. So we place one of these little tokens on it because there's a check. The home base contains a track tile but has a station marker, then it's the company. So take a home station, place the station marker in the pool of companies. Yeah. If it contains a station marker, perform no additional action. Perfect. That was the best possible one it could have been. Except we're about to do it again. I'll be back in a second. Not getting food cut. Okay, let's get this back. My goal was 3 hours and I'm feeling pretty good about it. Okay, we are going to deal a new row of shares first of all, which is going to mean we're going to lock down something else. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, we're locking down whistle. So the STL is up here. So when there's a no station marker, you take a station marker for the company and place it face down the edge of the tile. So this is now locked. We can't. I'm not sure. I'm checking for it. No. It's enough. I know that share is now locked down. So that's the interesting thing with ECR. Where's ECR? Because it's now available. ECR's there. It'd be nice to have to upgrade it, but I can do that. So I'd like to get rid of WVR in the process. I'm not anywhere near it. Because then I can access 1, 2, 3 shares. Or we can go, oh no, we want SVR to start, don't we? And we can start it with money. Well, let's start with that. Spend 3 to buy those 3 SVRs. Let's get ourselves. SVR, which means I need to get some SVR tokens. I think this is getting quicker at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4. 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Doing it at 100. One of those is going to need to go in there. And that's at 100. Unfortunately, we're going to have done that. Didn't we? I think. So that company gets $8,000 minus 180 for its token, so $830. $820, sorry. And a freight permit. Next it gets its shares at no, it doesn't do that, it doesn't buy insurance. Got 300. We should buy things out of the bank pool, but alas. Start Euro. And it's going to block off that part to any other companies, including SVR. But there's another end for me to upgrade there. Yeah, let's do it. There you are. So I spent 300. Get 1, 2, 3. There we go, that far. Now we've got space to go to get that. Eastern European rail. Which also gets a freight token. Means I've got a lot of freight tokens down here, but anyway, I could still actually merge it with that company up there because it has got a continuous connection. And we need some tokens for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close enough. Cool. There it goes. 1, 2, 3, got goes there. Right. One goes there. One goes there. And one's up here ready for merging fun. Now FDR is worth half of what it used to be because because it doesn't have any trains. One of the unfortunate parts of this game. 2 WNR shares. Okay. 80. Okay. And it also has $880. No, $820. Minus 180. Okay. Firstly, do we want to see what's there and see whether it's worth me selling down? Because I'm merging into them anyway. Okay, let's do this. Okay, that goes there. Hang on, I've got to mute the mic. I'll be back in a bit, but I'm going to keep going. Starting with FDR. Check out this that my wife made. Masks for Melbourne.
Thanks for ringing. No, you stay. I can still talk to you.
So we're going to merge it at the start. Let me just check when I actually think, because I think I can merge something at the start of its turn. Okay, we're back. Sorry, microwave ended up, you know, doing what microwaves do. Okay, my hope is that YouTube is going to start receiving this message again in a minute. Viewers will experience buffering. Okay, so theoretically it should start working again. Not quite sure what. Microwave kills the thing. Okay, so I know I could merge this, but I'm trying the refinancing thing this time round. I don't have quite enough money to do that though. Damn it. Does this mean I... no. I think, because if I lose that, if it refinances, then it's going to... then I'm not going to have sufficient okay, my concern is that I'm going to drop if I refinance the company, could merge it with West Norfolk. How about that? Means it only... You know what? Let's do that. We're going to merge West Norfolk Railway with Felixstowe Dock and Railway. So they connect around here. It's going to make some other things at least possible, which is better than nothing. And between them, they'll have enough. I'll still have not enough money for a freight train, but it's in a better state than without. So I'm doing this at the start of the turn, so before I've moved that. So we get that goes across to there, goes across to there. Now we're out of, because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've only got space for 2 more FDR shares to be 6, 7. So we're going to turn that share into 1. I'm going to turn that share into 1. And that one gets removed from the game without compensation. Next, this train goes across here. That permit goes there, but we don't need 2 permits. It's straight back in the box. Now, because it only counts as half of its stock price because it doesn't currently have a train. So its new stock price, we're going to get 100 is less. So 100 plus half of 110 is 105. So its new stock price is going to be 105. That's going to go away. That's going to go away. Whole share thing goes into there. Let's pull this down there. Next, 600. And my hope is that because it's got a it's an express train that it merged with, not a local. So I'm going to have to withhold this time, and I'm going to drop its share price further. So this is the second last set of ORs in the game. because I want it to have 2 trains. So we've done that. Next, we are getting rid of. Okay, we could go all in all, but the essence of it is that I've got 5 shares. No, yeah. Sorry. The essence of it is that I'm going from 6 shares. Is that so that goes down, and then that goes back. It does do more things, but I can't be bothered going through the manual process, except that's because I know that's going to be the end result. Okay, we've now got FDR, which sits there by itself. Now it can actually do its turn. So its turn was to place that there. It's got a 4/5 train, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Damn it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 200 is greater than 130, and we're in the F's now. So 200, it's going 4 of the 5, so 200, 280, 360, 200, 280, 300, 380. FDR pays 380, which from here, 380 is triple jump. 1, 2, 3. And suddenly it's almost, oh no, we don't want to pay it. 1, 2, 3, because we want more for the next one. So it goes down 1. And it's 380. Okay, now it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, $800. It's going to 800, 900, has $8,000. For thinking's sake. $1,020. So with that, we're going to go. It's going to buy that freight train with 700, but do we want to buy an express or a local? I think we want to buy an express. I mean, the local can hit. Actually, no, I'm going to buy a local. 5 slips. Oh no, if we go the express, then we can send one to London and we can, yep, okay. No, change mine again. There we go. I think it's worthwhile. Not certain though. For 700. It's going to be worth it in the following stock round. Okay, next is SVR. SVR places its home token. It's a regular place, so I'm going to place. Going to get that to place in there. Next, we're going to get oh, that's wrong. That's what it's pointing out. Can't run any. Doesn't want to run. It's about to buy a 9 train. No. Come on, I missed that anyway. Okay, so it spends $800 on a 9. Great. Its stock price goes down because it didn't pay. And it's only got one train, so it needs to go through home anyway, so it's not worth. Oh, we can replace. We can go to London next turn. Make it worth it. That's the second one. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? So we've got went down. Next we have Eastern Union, who start there. And go, so spend. Stock price also goes down one. Freight company, and it's only got one train, so it's not worth me bothering placing the next token. I mean, no one's going to be toking me out of anywhere, are they? 9 train. And these went lost, were they? No. Cool. This is basically what the end of the border state's going to look like. Next. I want to share something. Cool. How long have we been going? 5 o'clock now. That's 3 hours. Okay. So the Europe went down. Means we get rid of that's not a thing anymore. Okay. Next. Green. It's 95. That's 90. So the FDR runs first. Who's got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's upgrade a couple of tile. Let's upgrade the tile. Okay. There's that upgrade. Now doesn't need to place any more tokens. The express train goes one, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still don't know if it was the right thing by not doing that local, but I found those local trains to be really helpful because then it means I can go up there. You know what? Let's retroactively change that decision. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. which means 5/6. 100, 130, 130, 160, 130, 160, 240, 320, 520. So that's that, and the other starts there. 4/5. I know that went to that one there, and let's skip that one because this one. This should be 520. No, 130. 330. Yeah. No. One, two, three, 4, 5. Okay. 130. We can hit all these. 130, 160, 240, 240, 320, 340, 540, 570, 570, 630, 690. Cool. I think that's right. 69 times, so 690 from there. My fault, 1, 2, 3, 4. 69 times 3. Yes, I'm too lazy to. $207 for me. 207. Next we've got Sfiara's on top, so if I can skip one of these, so SVR, I'm trying to think my way through, because if it can skip its way through to make it to one of the dots, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we can do that. So it places a token there and goes 1, 2, 200, 220, 220, 300, 380, 410, 470, 530, 550, $650. Isn't that nice? Which it pays 650 going 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 650 times how many shares do I have? 3, 65, 130, 195, 100 and 5. doesn't buy any trains. Eastern Union. Okay, special thing about the freight, if you haven't seen it before, is when you've got two freight trains, they combine together to make essentially one long one, each of which still has that kind of rule about the main line, but this hasn't been the case in this game because of how late the freights came out. Okay, Eastern Union. Eastern Union is there. I can also. Oh crap! This I didn't do. No. Take back 120 of that because I didn't. It doesn't have a place in London yet, which is what its action was. So 120 times 3. I owe the bank $36 to fix my mistake. 36 because 120. 200, 220. And still 500 there. Don't worry about it next time. Eastern Union. Also places token there instead of track. And honestly, it's worth so much money, it's hard to imagine not a good reason to do it. So goes 200. We got 9. 200. 220. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The next time round will go out. 200, 220, 300, 380, 380, 410, 470, 470, 530, 550, 580, 610. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. According to that. Must have missed one. 580, which still I'm paying out, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Still nice. 58 times 3. 74. 174. Next, back to FDR. Here we go. Who going to connect that to make everyone's life easier, at least my life easier for the other companies. So they place that one there, and don't know if it's worth me connecting there. I can't can do it there though. Okay. So FDR runs for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1. So what's there? 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and since that's on the main line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, close the door. Okay, so we're going 13, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so that's 540, and then it stops there. 1, wait, and it's 5/6, so -2, and then 4/5, so it starts there, which it skips. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 20 plus 2, 2 plus 6 plus 3. Sorry. Okay. 20. Skip. 80. 80. 30. 130. And then this goes a further 4. 30. 60 plus 60 plus 20 for 690, like it was before. So 690 means it goes up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Isn't that nice? 690 times 3. 69 times 3 is 207. $207. And it's done. Eastern Union Railway means it runs, so the Eastern Union, no, on top is SVR because I went for there first. SVR, okay, runs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can't see an easy way to improve that. I'll upgrade one of those. Not both of them going through that, so I might as well upgrade that one there. There we go. So there you are. It goes 22, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. For 660. 660 also still goes triple. 2, 3, 4 goes quadruple jump. And times 3. It's 198. Sorry for getting lazy doing the maths now. I'll be quicker next time. Next, I ran them in the wrong order. I mean, it doesn't really matter at this point. It's going to be exactly the same thing. Except it can upgrade one more station on the way. So, like that. Which means it adds an extra 30 to the same trip. So, 9, 3 shares, right. So 60, so we know it's at 69. I get $207. 207. Okay, now this one, we've got the LNER. So that should be, we're going to the stock round now. So last stock round is a little special because the LNER now forms. If we get the book, just because this bit's a little unusual. No more parliament rounds, no more track type building or token placement. No more companies may be started. Certificates in non-starter companies go back in the box. Companies may not merge anymore. All company shares in the IPO are moved into the bank pool. All shares are bought in stock market price. Trains may only be bought from the bank. Game may now end owing to the bank running out of money, although it may end as a result of it reaching the top of the stock market. Company share sales do not affect the share price. Okay, so we want to see how many of these shares we can buy. So we're going to firstly realise that I've put these in the wrong place and there's multiple shares that I can get rid of. So whistle goes, which means I can buy the FDR at its current price of $210. 210. We're going to intentionally close W and F, which means at this point, where's W and F? It's up there. Now we can't do any tile placements anyway, but W and F is now. So we'll take this out of here. W and F. Now I can buy that additional FDR for an additional 210. And 10. Next, what else do we have here that's available? Nothing I can immediately see. There's some Europe deep down here. I mean, it doesn't say that. With the LNER, given that I can't blame. I mean, I close the LNH. The only way I could see it. Well, let's close a random company first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Which means we're going to randomly close. SVR can't because it's open. FDR is still open. ECR. Let's get rid of that tile. Buy the SVR token at its current price of 200. Basically, I'm trying to buy as many shares as I can now. I'm playing by what my understanding of the rules is. I realize it could be wrong. Next, no, that's not bad. We've got that there, put that there, put that there. L&D is out of the game. Why did I do that? ECR still in the game. H. I'll close out of the pool. Which means that company closes. Because that company's closed. B. This was D's already closed and B's already closed. Line in. Thought it already closed. Must have. Oh. Knock it out. Which means there's a lot of these here, but I can't place any more tracks. It's not worth doing the getting rid of them. That's why I'm not certain if what I'm doing is right. H. Just gonna buy though that euro. That's current price of 200. Next, we get the that. Can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the expense of closing something else. Should have been random anyway. WNR, which is out of the game. Doesn't change anything this second. Says out. Get rid of another company. Yes. Let's go. And these are already out. And this is out. This is out. And then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. CR, ACR is out. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. D's already out. WNF's already out. B's already. Fiona, here you are. We're still in the game. 1B means it goes. That goes. Again, not sure if this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Large. Yes, and is there any... Knock that out of the game. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's already out. SVR I buy for 200. That's where it currently is. And B. And there. Those are already out. Get rid of random company. Refill. 3, 4, 5. NNS is out. NR is out. L&D is out. VDR is not out. I'm going to get rid of VDR. Load. My bank pool here is getting unmanageable. I'm going to have to check with someone else later if this is what I'm supposed to be actually doing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Apparently I've forgotten 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And it doesn't matter because SVR is there. Get rid of that. He's gone. D's gone. SVR 100, 200. That's all the money I have for shares. Now with the L and V round, we can no longer place trains. We are pretty much running these companies on autopilot. So I'm going to work it out for this last time, and then we're just going to repeat it 3 times. FDR, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 8 plus 13 plus 8 plus 2 plus 20. 630. FDR. 630. Not quite sure that's right. 22. 28. 8. No, not that 8 this time. Plus 2 plus 8 plus 3 plus 13 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. 720, that's what I thought. One, 2, 3, 4. 4, 720. Okay. So 7. FDR runs at 720, which is enough to cut 3. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 shares at 720. $432. 432. Now, I'm just going to make my life easier and do these all at once. So, because they're doing 3 rounds, 432 and 432. And given it's going to be the same both times, it's got 2 more jumps. 720 means it jumps up 1, and 720 means it jumps up 1. So that's its final position in the game. FDR. Now, that was FDR. Sorry. Euro. Eastern Union Railway. So 200. So work out once. 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pays 690 as well as VR. So I'm just going to do both of these at once because they're the same thing. So paying 690 goes up 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Paying 690 goes up 3 times. Goes up twice. 1, 2. So their final positions. Just because they're exactly the same runs. So 69 times 1 times, I mucked that up for FDR, 4, 5. Put those back for the minute. Um, 69, so times 6 is 414. We'll times it by 3 because there's 3 share rounds, 1,214. 1,242, 1,200, 1,242. Sorting all this out at once. Whilst I sit here realising that I mucked up the previous round, but fortunately I separated them. Okay. Next. Um, 4 shares times 69 times 3 rounds is $828. So that's $276 a time. 828. And finally, let's fix up SVR. So FDR is 5 shares times 72. So it should have been 5 times 72 is 360 times 3 is $1,080. $1,080. Okay, the final cash. Now, find it easier for value that I'm going to get my shares and I'm going to exchange them for cash. We'll have my final score after quite a while. Thank you for your patience if you've watched this. So there's should be that. Okay. FDR finishes at $375. 375 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is $1,875. $1,800 and $75. Okay, 6 shares of SVR at $350 each. $2,100. 2,100. Next, 4 shares of EUR at $350. $1,400. 400. Okay, get rid of those. Let's tidy some of these up. That's another 500. Another 500. That. 2,000. 3. Okay. And we finish on $8,542, placing me just under an apprentice. I know there's a couple of early moves that possibly could have almost got me there, but you know what? Those way better than my last time, and I'm happy that I've played. So I think that those couple of early moves, I'm still not sure that I'm doing the end game, after the formation of London correctly. It feels like I'm cheating. I'm not quite sure why, because I'm just dumping companies and dumping companies and dumping companies because I'm not allowed to start any new ones. But I still like this game a lot. Thank you for those of you who have been watching. I might try this sometime again. There's a good chance. So if I try this again, I'm not sure if I'll do 1862 again just yet. I've got another couple of solo games there which work. I'd be keen to try Australia. I'm not going to be playing with anybody else in person.